The last section of Unit 3 is solving radical equations. And here is an example of one from the notes on page 16 in the Unit 3 packet. We're going to take the cube root of 2x plus 7 equals 3, and we want to solve for x. The first thing we're going to do is we need to get rid of our radical. So we are going to take the cube of both sides. By cube rooting something cubed, you are left with the radicand, which is 2x plus 7, is now equal to 3 squared, which will give us 27. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. And now we can solve for x. We can subtract 7 from both sides to get 2x is now equal to 20. And we can divide both sides by 2. So x is equal to 10. If we take a look at another example, we're going to do example 3. In this example, we're going to take 2 times the cube root of x minus 3 equals 4. So we want to get the radical alone, so the first thing we're going to have to do is divide everything by 2. So we still have our cube root of x minus 3, but now it's equal to 2. And now we can take the cube of both sides to get rid of our cube root. So we have our radicand, which is x minus 3, is now equal to 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. And we can solve for x. We can add 3 to both sides. So x equals 11. On that same page, for number 5, we now have a fractional exponent, and we want to solve for x. So we're still going to start the same way. We want to get x by itself, so we're going to divide both sides by 4. So we have x to the 2/3 is now equal to 9. So to get rid of our 2/3, right here, we are going to multiply by the reciprocal. So we are going to take 3/2, and we're going to raise both sides to the 3/2 power. So I'm going to put everything in the parentheses, and outside I'm going to put 3 over 2. What happens is that the 2's and the 3's will cancel out, and we're just left with x. And then on the right side, we have 9 to the 3/2 power, which we could rewrite as the square root of 9, because remember the index is always the denominator. And then we're going to take that to the 3rd power. So we still need to solve for x, so the square root of 9 is 3 and 3, so it's 3. You'll have a pair, so we have x is equal to 3, and don't forget it's plus or minus because your index is even. But then we're going to take that to the 3rd power, so x will be equal to plus or minus 27. So you can get positive or negative 27. Number 6 on that same page, page 16, we're going to take x plus 2, the quantity raised to the 3/4 power minus 1 equals 7. So again, the first thing we want to do is to get that parentheses with the x by itself. So we're going to add 1 to both sides. And now we have x plus 2 raised to the 3/4 power is equal to 8. So to get rid of our 3 over 4, we are going to take everything to the 4/3 power. So you're going to take whatever your fractional exponent is, and you're going to take the reciprocal. So when that happens, all of that goes away, so we have x plus 2 is now equal to the cube root of 8, because remember the index is always the denominator, and we're going to raise that to the 4th power. So I'm going to subtract my 2 over, so we have x is equal to negative 2 plus the cube root of 8 to the 4th power, and then we can break down the 8, see what appears 3 times, and it works out nicely. You have 3 2's, so this will give us negative 2 plus our 2, but now it's to the 4th power. 2 to the 4th power is 16, so this is now negative 2 plus 16, which will give us an answer of 14. So x will equal 14. And again, you can plug all this back in your calculator to check to make sure that it does work out.